You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Chris, the Battered Fans are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 126 of the Battered Soccer Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Got alongside me, as always, the KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Matchday 2 is in the books, and we had some surprisingly entertaining games and a couple gore fests.
What did you think overall of Matchday 2? I thought it was not that great.
I thought it was okay. I mean, there was some games that were tantalizing.
We have 30 teams in this league. 12 of them didn't score a goal.
I get it. Some people find those kind of games.
No. It says there by double digits. No, not by double digits. By 2 or more goals.
Some people find those kind of games fun to watch. I don't. I want goals. I want as many goals as possible.
Look, there were 36 goals scored between 30 teams, and 6 of them came alone in the Inter Miami Orlando game.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The attack was lacking this weekend. But nonetheless, we're going to cover match day 2. And before we do, I just wanted to revisit our selections. Chris, we both had Chicago. Chicago won. I had New York over New England. I got that one. We both lost with Portland. Minnesota, Cincinnati. Minnesota did win. I went Cincinnati because I wasn't allowed to pick draws.
Correct.
Real Salt Lake beat Seattle. Atlanta.
We both lost.
Lost to San Jose. Atlanta is going to be terrible this year again.
Yeah, hot.
And we're going to get into the details in a second. Austin beat DC. Philadelphia lost to NYCFC. Philadelphia's going to be worse than I thought. Miami beat Orlando. Yes. San Diego beat St. Louis. Let's see, Nashville. You know, it wasn't too bad. You got LAFC. For some reason, you chose Kansas City. Ended up being a draw. You chose Toronto.
They scored 2 goals.
All right. I just wanted to revisit it before we started going over the games. All right, so those were the picks from last week. All right, so let's get into the games. And then real quick, Johnson, I just want to say that I'm here for the vibes and the fun banter, and not because my team did anything worth a damn. I don't know if you remember, Chris, but I picked Charlotte to lose in LA. And I remember Jorge's first message right after that was, "It's on site."
It's on site, yeah. I mean, it is on site.
He said it's on site. I mean, yeah. At least somebody's got some passion because Charlotte's lacking it right now. But with all that said, let's go ahead.
I mean, Joao Klaus has woken up. I mean, if that's the first game you kind of want to talk about, Joao Klaus is on. Joao Klaus has been on a freaking tear, huh?
Well, I think that he fits this team perfect, especially with Peck and Paintsel on each wing. I thought Peck had a great game also.
Fantastic.
And you know, Charlotte is just lacking. I don't believe in Charlotte. I've been saying that I think Saha's a bit overrated. Now I thought that Charlotte might look a little better than they have. But I mean, the Galaxy scored. What was it? Was it within the first? How many minutes was it that they scored?
They scored within the first 8 minutes their first goal. Then at the 11th minute, the second goal. Then the 13th minute, the third goal. Like they were cooked off jump.
Yeah, man. And then that was basically it. I felt like Charlotte didn't put up much of a fight. They had
who
4
had
shots
this on their bingo
total.
card? Klaus, Golden Boot leader right now.
In the second half, Charlotte is down by 3. They mustered up 1 shot. I mean, Charlotte is lacking.
And that was, I think it was Corin Vargas that had that shot attempt.
It's not looking good for Charlotte. Shout out to Jorge. I feel for you, but the crown is upside down at the moment because they are not looking good. And the Galaxy are looking solid, right? They needed to shore up the defense. They did.
Yes.
Right. They added their go-to 9. I mean, let's see. I think that the Galaxy are obviously going to be much better this year, and we can move over to another 3-0. Chicago over Montreal.
What a miserable sight to watch is Montreal.
So bad. So bad. And Chicago got a red card in this game, didn't they?
Yeah, it was in the 50th, 60th minute. Jonathan didn't get it, ended up getting a red card, but by then they were basically
it was only 1-0.
Yeah, they were in control of the game. It was 1-0. Montreal had a couple decent looks, but they are just awful.
Montreal had that's 55 minutes. So let's say about 40 minutes. They had about 40 minutes where they were up a man, and it looked like Chicago had 12 men in there, and Montreal had 10, because they were the ones on the front foot consistently. It's a really bad look for Chicago. It was really rough. And look, I'm telling you, Montreal, that's the golden boot candidate right there, in my opinion, because they are not looking good, in my opinion. And Charlotte, Bamba came back. Bamba made a difference immediately. He scores. Sincronagle right behind Bamba. It's just, oh man, Montreal had no chance. And like I said, when you go down to 10 men and you look like you're dominating, your opponent is really bad, and that's just what Montreal is. So, they had 4 shots total all game, and they had 40 minutes where they had an extra man advantage.
Mike V asking a question: is it possible that Bryce Duke made Montreal better? Well, I don't know about that, but he's on San Diego now, guys. I don't know if you knew that, but San Diego ended up picking up your boy Bryce Duke.
San Diego did.
And honestly, if there's any team you want to take away from Canada, don't go after Vancouver. Go after Montreal.
Absolutely. All right. Now moving over, the New York Red Bulls and New England Revolution. Look, those young guns, Julian Hall. I forgot how to pronounce the kid in the midfield's name. Audrey Mametti.
Yeah.
And then Dos Santos.
Super solid.
Those kids, they're balling. And Mametti, I believe, had the assist to Hall for that lone goal.
Yes.
And just
Forsberg's still a force.
It was. Yeah, you know what? I'm surprised that New England, even though New England's playing a lot of young guns also, they got Brooklyn Reigns back there, and they're playing a lot of young guns also. The Red Bulls just look like they might be better than expected. Obviously, because I don't think anybody saw these young kids coming out. The Red Bulls keeper Horvath had a great game also. How many saves did he have?
Campana got hurt again.
Did he? That I didn't see.
Yes, he did. He got hurt during the game. Yep. Which is that's why I felt so bad. At this point, he's not catching a break.
Campana got injured?
Yes, Campana got hurt during the game.
Well, New England, the Red Bulls go ahead. Their youth experiment.
Oh, that's right. No, he got hurt last game. My apologies. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't remember seeing him. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, he didn't even play. Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. So the Red Bulls, their young guns looking good. Austin went ahead and they beat DC. Again, I don't believe in DC. I don't believe in Baribo. They did a good job beating Philadelphia, which looks worse than I thought they would. Austin went ahead. They got another clean sheet. Stuver got the clean sheet. And Christian Ramirez, which in his debut gets that headed goal. It kind of lands perfectly right in front of him. But Christian Ramirez, I feel like he should have gotten a lot more attention. I felt like he got released by the Galaxy, and I didn't really hear too many people should go after him. Really wasn't I thought it was a great pickup by Austin FC. Go ahead.
I'm surprised that so many teams really kind of, I don't want to say overlooked him, but just didn't give the time of day to I don't know, maybe facilitate him coming into practice or, try something with the team. That'll definitely help most teams, Christian Ramirez.
And you know what? He's not a young buck anymore, but he came in for Jaden Nelson. And I really do think that Austin has a special team. And now Christian Ramirez going in as a depth piece coming off the bench, I think is great. You have Ozuni, which I still can't stand, but you have Brandon Vasquez that's hopefully going to come in healthier. You have Brandon Vasquez. You have Facundo Torres. You have Jaden Nelson. You have
It's a stacked
Christian Ramirez
team.
coming off the bench. I think that, Elio Sanchez as a holding midfielder. Like, they just have a solid squad from top to bottom. And I think that they're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. But yeah, Austin, go ahead and they get that 1-0 win, and they keep trucking along.
It wasn't that horrible of a watch in comparison to like Dallas and Nashville.
And there
Dallas
we go.
and Nashville.
Nashville. That was a tough watch. Peter Musa had a couple opportunities early, but
Yes,
like you said, it wasn't the most entertaining of games. Sam Surridge didn't play, and I mean, I guess you could tell what a difference Sam Surridge's absence makes, because Nashville was just kind of just reeling. I mean, a 0-0 draw. How many 0-0 draws were there this week? I think it might have been the only one.
Well, there were a couple.
Go ahead.
There were a couple draws, but that was the only 0-0 draw.
And Nashville went down to 10 men towards the end of the game, which I thought that that Dallas might take advantage. They didn't. And then I just hate, you know what? For the person that said that it was a horrible watch, no, they didn't say about this game, but this was a horrible watch, not just because they didn't score, but man, watching an empty stadium game is just so brutal.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
Like, it was like 10,000 people in there, and like they have to just switch the camera side, like make the hard cam on the other side or something, because I hate watching games in Dallas at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, all you see is just empty seats. If you get lucky, they'll pan to like the vertical, view, and you'll see some people in their seats, but that's a disaster.
Anders Jair, go ahead, he scores in like the 3rd minute, and then he scores again. I believe he got a brace. St. Louis, unimaginative.
No, it was Marcus Ingratsten Vakvartsten. I don't know. I think I totally butchered that name.
Probably. Okay. Well, regardless, San Diego basically dominated that match.
From the get,
much
goal within 3 minutes.
It was rough. Dry got the assist on the second goal. But yeah, it was a straight domination. Bryce Duke, your boy, got in late in the game, which I knew that would be something that you would like. But San Diego and Andre Jair starting off hot, just like they did last year. Let's see. We can go over.
I'm hoping you get to my favorite game of the week. Oh, well, it was a good game, though. Surprisingly, a Sporting KC game. Pretty fun game.
Yeah, KC. Jovelich is looking good. He scored a brace. Calvin Harris, I think, on the left wing next to Jovelich. I think Calvin Harris might be one of those underrated players that not enough people talk about, but he's creating chances all over the place. And Max Harson, that kid is an absolute baller. Like, he stands out when you're watching those games. He stands out so much. He is the driving force for Columbus, and Gazdag his time is past.
Well, I got to be honest.
Just flew it over the crossbar. Yeah.
I had two different perspectives. I had this perspective that Gazdag is going to have a good season and Diego Rossi is going to drop off. And Diego Rossi is like, I'm taking over. And Gazdag has dropped off. Like, Diego Rossi had a beautiful goal. Abu Ali, he ended up getting a score, I guess, pretty decently early in the game. I mean, Columbus looks pretty good in terms of this game. They looked pretty good. But if you're struggling against Sporting KC,
they were, because Columbus's first goal was off of the keeper Postcamp. He had a horrible giveaway, which led to that first goal, but he made it up at the end because Abu Ali ended up with a penalty kick and Postcamp got the save. Although he gave one away, he kind of saved the game also and earned them that point, because if he allows that goal, then they basically lose the game because of him. So shout out to Postcamp for saving the game for KC, and they got that point. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. Moving on to the Toronto-Vancouver, the all-Canadian game. Vancouver wins 3-0. Toronto needs Josh Sargent in there already. And the Whitecaps, although they win 3-0, it was off of a PK and 2 set pieces, I believe.
Yes, 2 set pieces and a PK.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too convinced in this game about the Vancouver Whitecaps. Toronto, they still had some chances. I mean, Mihailovic, he can only do so much, him and Osorio.
He's kind of quiet this game.
Mm-hmm. I have to question this, right? These Canadian rivalries, like Vancouver is like all the way on the West Coast. Toronto's like mostly almost on the East Coast. Is that considered a rivalry just because it's in the same country? Like, yeah,
yes.
You're both in Canada, but like it's like if Miami and I don't know, one of the San Diego, they're not a rivalry. Like that's a grand distance.
Yeah, but hypothetically, let's say that, I don't know, the MLS would have joined Copa Libertadores. And whenever Miami plays against San Diego, they would be considered rivals because they would be the 2 teams representing the MLS, even though they're playing against South American teams.
I think that the Canadian Cup also makes a difference because they play in that, internal country tournament as well. So,
yeah,
or whatever that's called.
All right. So Vancouver dominates Toronto, although off of set pieces and a penalty kick. Takioka, I thought, had a good game. It's a little bit of opportunities that Toronto had, which were good opportunities. Takioka took care of. So that was it for that. Now, this game, Timo Werner finally made his debut. He got an assist. He was hustling down the right side, crossed it over.
Nice.
He looks like, you know what, Timo Werner might really help this team. They were in your favorite, the Grateful Dead kids, which I personally like.
I don't like them.
I like them. So they get the dub. Atlanta looks worse than I thought. I didn't think that they would be good, but they look worse than I unfortunately thought. And Atlanta,
their defense is awful,
very bad, very bad. And Ricketts for San Jose was doing a good job creating on the left side. Just Atlanta just didn't look good. Looked lifeless.
Didn't look convincing.
And now from one debut to what we thought might be a debut, Minnesota United against Cincinnati, which wasn't. Now it was really cold out there. You could tell that it was freezing, and then they're holding on to a 1-0 win. Go ahead.
It was, I think, 12 degrees. My son checked the weather because we were watching the game like live together. It was like 12 degrees, felt like 3. And they panned to James, and he had like a tube heater running from the stadium through his legs or in that space where he's sitting. He looked miserable.
Yeah, no, he did not look good. And because Minnesota was kind of protecting that 1-0 win, they couldn't put James in there because they decided
they don't need him. They need defensively.
And James isn't that guy. So that there went the opportunity for him to start. Maybe he'll play next week. We'll see. But
I think
James,
for sure
they got the dub.
I think for sure he's playing next week because they're playing at Nashville. So the weather's going to be like in the 50s, 60s. So
that'll be cold.
Since they're going to be since they're going to be playing at Nashville, and this is going to be, of course, like on a Saturday. It's at 8:30 p.m. That I am strapped in to watch. Strapped in.
Yeah, I think he'll make his debut finally. So it should be fun. Now, this one surprised me. RSL at home defeats the Seattle Sounders. RSL showing some life. Sanabria, I thought, was the player, at least from what I saw, that did the most for Real Salt Lake. And Cabral, their keeper, kept Seattle out of the goal. I know Rusnak had a goal. They got called back on an offside. And RSL comes away with the dub.
Christian Roldan with a nice goal. Snuck under in the corner and just headed it right in. I thought
Seattle was going to win this game. I didn't believe in RSL, and maybe that's me being short-sighted, but I did not think that RSL would beat Seattle. But yeah, RSL gets the dub. And this is what I love about the early part of the season. Because how long do you think it takes? Oh, wow.
Interesting
that is a great fact.
Ashton. Fun fact, he says Seattle has never beaten Salt Lake away.
Wow.
That is a dominant fact right there.
Yes.
Ashton, you dropped a bomb on here live.
I wonder if I have a
That is amazing.
Let's see. That was amazing. That was amazing. But Cabral kind of saved the day. I think he ended up getting named to the team of the week also since 2012.
Yes. It was a great showing by Real Salt Lake.
Colorado beats Portland 2-0. You know, there were only 3 away teams that won this week.
Yeah, this week was a disaster for betting for me. I bet dogs, away teams. Dogs, and Portland was a team that really blew one of my parlays, blew it up.
No, and it was a great team for a week for the home teams because, again, only 3 away teams won this week, which is interesting, right? Because even though in the MLS it's known that it's difficult to win on the road, but man, only 3, and I left those 3 for the end. But yeah, it was there it is.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Portland 0 goals. That's got to be disappointing. Colorado coming out surprisingly victorious. And Mike V with a fun fact says Portland sucks.
Stefan had himself a good game also.
And look, Sean is saying the Colorado guest told us to watch out for him. Harrington had a game.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yes.
And Dante Seeley had an assist. So look, maybe Colorado can surprise some of us. I mean, I don't believe that heavily in Portland, but I didn't think that they would lose to Colorado.
No, I did.
All right, now moving over to the 3 away winners. First, NYCFC beating the Philadelphia Union 2-1. Philadelphia at home, they have taken such a we saw the pieces that they lost in the offseason.
Yeah.
And obviously still early, but it looks like they might be as bad as people were thinking when they started losing all those pieces. NYCFC comes in. They gave them 10 extra minutes at the end of the game. NYCFC scores in the 99th minute by a Tavon Gray. I believe it was a header.
Jamaican on Jamaican crime.
It was an interesting game for sure. And Indiana Vasilev kind of got that game tying PK almost in the 90th minute. So it was overall interesting. And Philadelphia went down a man actually in the 92nd minute.
Yes, and
so that might have been the most entertaining game of the week.
Well, it was the most entertaining game of the week. Andre Blake, I don't know how many saves he made, but it had to be 762 saves. Andre Blake is a beast. So,
well, let me see if I can tell you right now how many blocks he made.
I mean, he was a monster in goal. As far as like goalie,
Philadelphia had
a goalie.
NYCFC had 9 shots on target.
Yeah. As far as goalies are concerned this week, Andre Blake top 2, top 3 goalie performances this week.
Now this one was controversial. LAFC beating Houston. That straight red. Ooh. We've talked about it over the last couple of days. It was a straight red given. What was the name of the guy that stepped on Son's the back of his foot?
I don't know, but he made Son bleed for a while. He was bleeding through his sock.
Antonio
Carlos.
I was surprised that it was a straight red. Like, unless the ref, because obviously we saw after the fact that apparently he was bleeding, unless the ref saw the blood, I was surprised that it was a straight red. I didn't think it would be a straight red. I guess if he saw that there was blood coming out, then I mean obviously that warrants that card coming out. But if he didn't see that blood initially, I was surprised that would be a straight red.
So here's the thing, because Ashton's saying soft red, but if your cleat goes through the Achilles of another player, is that not like red card-ish behavior?
And you know what? I think it was Agustin Bausat, because there was 2 red cards given to Houston.
Oh, it was Agustin Boscat. Yeah, it was Agustin Boscat.
It was the second red card. So
But
I thought it was, I don't know, saying it's soft is kind of tough because apparently he was bleeding. So if he's bleeding, then I get it. But if you didn't see the blood from the angle that I saw, when I saw straight red, I was like, what the hell? Really? Was he already on a yellow? He wasn't. So, but you see the blood, then it's like, okay, I get it. So I guess it depends on what the ref saw.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I saw after the game something posted that Son was bleeding in the back, and Sean is saying this gets into NBA situation of leaving a leg under a jumper. He wasn't even really going for the tackle. But that's the thing, I guess, with the cleats, with the boots, right? They're puncturing through. So I imagine that had to be part of the decision making.
Yeah, the blood had to have been, because, like I said, when I saw the replay, I was surprised. Like, that's a straight red. I was confused. But then when people start putting out like videos of him like limping around and like blood coming out, like, oh, okay, I guess.
I want to mention something before we get to the last game. I just found on YouTube, pro referees, they post every week their like video reviews where you can be able to listen to the back and forth with the video review and the referee on the pitch. And it is fantastic. I love that content. So hopefully they come out with it this week so we can watch the review.
In the LAFC match, both goals came off of corners, played short. Yeah. And it's kind of Boagna and Son kind of playing it short to each other. And they pass to the top of the box. The first one, Marco Delgado, gets it from top of the box. Golazo smashes it. And you're like, okay, wow, that was a great strike. Second goal, almost identical. But it goes to Eustaquio instead of Delgado, and then he takes the strike from the outside the box. Overall, I thought LAFC basically dominated the game. The only player that I thought wasn't necessarily very good, and maybe people think I'm biased because they've already heard me talk bad about him this year so far. But and you know what, David Day, I know that you're an LAFC fan. Please tell me, do you agree with me? I think Tillman isn't very good. I thought Tillman was the only guy on the pitch that I thought wasn't very good compared to everybody else on LAFC. I felt like I just don't think I don't think he's good.
I think he's solid.
I'm kind of curious if David Day's still here. No.
I think he's a solid player. With the Boagna.
Boanga. Is that how I say it? Is that how you say it? Boanga.
Boanga.
Well,
I know Tillman is so awful.
And Tillman is hot and cold. Well, I for some reason I always watch him when he's cold. I don't know. I miss all the hot stuff. I only tune in when it's cold. I think LAFC can upgrade there, but I thought everybody else on LAFC played very well yesterday, and they keep looking like the second best team or the best team in the league. All right, and then moving on to the final game, Orlando City, Inter Miami. Orlando jumps out to a 2-0 lead, and obviously Inter Miami fans and everybody's up in arms because the winners of the offseason are playing horrible. And then the second half comes. Mascherano makes a couple changes. They start playing a little wide with Silvetti, and they put 4 on Orlando's head. And you get one of the more classic pictures in MLS history taken by, I forgot what her name was, but I know that she keeps commenting under everybody's picture post saying, make sure you give me credit. So, and I'm here talking about it without being able to remember her name. I apologize. But it was a crazy
Morgan
picture.
Tengsa.
There you go. So
I made sure to credit her because I had the picture sent to me and I posted it. And shout out to George in the chat. Brought it up to me, just told me straight up, like, yo, you got to give some credit, my boy. So, and George right here, shout out to Morgan with the picture of the year so far. Hell yeah. So I deleted the post and I put it back up again, shouting out Morgan. She liked
And,
it.
well,
She still hasn't. I followed her, and she hasn't followed me back. So, like,
just
here
because
I
you
am.
follow somebody doesn't mean they're gonna follow you back.
No, I get it, but like, I deleted my post. Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, you don't want to follow me back. Okay, I get it. It's okay. But like, I deleted my post. I reposted it, put you on it, right? And she's chasing everybody down. She's not taking this. She's going after everybody. She's the Terminator.
Well, because she knows. Well, because she knows. Because if somebody else had a picture like that one, they would have posted it already. So she was lucky enough that for some reason she was the only one. Because you figure, like, he scores a goal. If you're a camera person, you know what's happening. Like, he's about to have a celebration. You take your pictures. Like, how is she the only one that caught that image? I don't know. The other cameramen were sleeping, because I'm sure there's people with cell phones that got that picture. Obviously not as good quality as hers. But she just took the picture. That's probably going to be one of those very memorable pictures in MLS history, because you're going to always remember that picture.
I feel bad because what's going to end up happening is this picture's just already out there. Like, there's no way to track it to its originality.
She should have watermarked it from the jump, yeah.
So, I mean, unfortunately, this is just going to keep going. And if she goes on this Terminator hunt,
it's going to be everywhere. No, she's not going to be able to catch them all, because it's messy. Like, that's all over, literally all over the world.
Yeah. But very, very good picture.
Well,
good
you know
luck
what?
Plus good timing.
That picture isn't good
if
it's not for, and shout out to if any Orlando fan sees this,
the reactions.
Shout out to you for giving Messi the finger, because if you do not give Messi the finger, that picture doesn't work. So shout out to you, because that was a good job by you. If you are an opposing team, you should be giving him the finger, and that is the reason that picture worked, because there were so many people giving him the finger. So yeah, shout out to them and anybody else that gives Messi the finger anywhere else in the country, because hey, you support your local team, give him the finger. I mean, spicy Messi, I feel like that might amp him up a little bit, but that's what made that picture special. When you start seeing all the middle fingers going his way, I think that's going to be a classic picture.
You and we have seats that are pretty close to the goal, and we go crazy on opposing players no matter who they are. And I feel like I would do the same if it's a Messi-esque sort of player. There's no way I'm taking my phone out and recording that.
No, I
but
don't
a phenomenal
think so
game. But a phenomenal game.
All right. So all in all, I thought that it was an okay week. I felt like 12 clean sheets is a lot of teams just lacking. 8 games that were won by 2 goals or more, not by double digits. That's a typo. And then again, 10 home teams won, only 3 road teams. So we'll see. We'll see what Matchday 3 brings. Hopefully, it's a little more entertaining. We'll be back on Wednesday. We have a guest joining us from overseas on Wednesday morning to talk a little MLS and some overseas stuff. So, Chris, any final words?
By the way, guys, like and subscribe. Tell your friends that there's a Battered Soccer show here. Okay. Oh, that's a good question. What's the tally? We have to count it.
We kind of ran through it in the beginning. The Scottish guy. No, it's not a Scottish guy. He's actually from England. He actually covers the Tottenham Spurs. So might talk some Sun and just he follows the MLS. He said this is the second season following the MLS. So we're just gonna get his take on the MLS, and he covers the EPL very closely. So comparison and just kind of pick his brain a little bit.
What if I follow and if you guys want, we could do like a premiere show, but I gotta do some research here and figure out what team, or if you guys want to pick a team for me to watch, I think I'm gonna go with holy crap, no, Tottenham. Aren't they a big team? They're like all the way on the bottom.
Yeah, they might get relegated this year.
Oh my goodness, they're a disaster.
That's where Sun came from.
Yes.
Well, we'll figure it out. This has to be something that you take your time with. This is a big decision. I'm sure we can have guests from different teams that could talk to you, because Chris is considering going global. Somebody put the hashtag today, Chris goes global. I like that hashtag. So maybe watching some Premier, and I'm sure we'll ask our guest Gary next week. I'm sorry, on Wednesday. Maybe I'll probably sell you on Tottenham though.
Maybe,
but yeah, we'll have all those conversations. Yeah. All right, Chris. Any final words before we get out of here?
And George is already schooling me. By the way, with his pinky out, it's Tottenham. That's how I said. The ham part isn't said. Tottenham.
Just call them Spurs.
Tottenham Spurs. There's no way I'm just gonna call them Spurs. I'm gonna speak like an English person. A lot of people just call them Spurs. Tottenham Spurs.
Some people call them just Spurs.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening to the MTV. Those 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And we will be back on Wednesday talking all things MLS. So until the next one, have a good one.